The word broken gets thrown around a lot nowadays, not least by YouTubers like us talking about the latest hero to hit Overwatch 2. Ramatra, anyone? More often than not, it's used to describe a hero that's just a bit strong, but some rise to truly deserve the title. Overwatch history is littered with broken heroes, characters that didn't just dominate their meta, but destroyed it. So while we sit back and relax over the festive season, join us for a gentle stroll down memory lane as we fondly remember the ghosts of Overwatch past. Heroes that truly broke the game. 35%. A number sure to send a shiver down the spine of every OG Overwatch player. Back in the very early days of Overwatch 1, our favourite DPS robot's ironclad ability meant he resisted 35% of all damage. High enough on its own, but combined with a nano boost, Bastion became resistant to a truly stupid 85% of all damage, giving the DPS hero unbelievable longevity and making him almost impossible to kill. Combined with the damage output from turret mode, Bastion was broken with a capital B. It took only a week for the devs to act, and a little longer on console, to reduce the resistance to 20% and officially cap any resistances at all to 50%. Broken Bastion's reign was short, but it was devastating. One rework. That was all it took to turn Mercy from a decent support to every Overwatch player's worst nightmare. Her pick rate shot up to almost 100% in GM rank, and even down in bronze, it rose to as high as 75%, as players fought to play as Overwatch's most broken hero. A lot of the brokenness of Mercy's kit came from her res ability, combined with the fact that she could fly around the map at Mach 2 at this point. She was able to literally turn fights on a dime if she timed it right. It also led to a lot of hide and seek style gameplay, which really wasn't fun for anyone but the Mercy, and really it's amazing the devs let this go on for as long as it did. Several nerfs later, Mercy's reign of breaking the game was finally over. But at least Super Jump is part of her kit now. We couldn't really talk about broken heroes that defined their meta without talking about the most infamous game breaker of all, Brigitte. The tank support hybrid that was so ridiculously broken, she essentially left a chunk of the hero roster nigh unplayable, thanks to her huge armour and AoE heals making her team almost impossible to kill. Shield Bash could cancel ults and go through shields. There's a reason it's not in Overwatch 2 anymore, thanks devs, and could produce some truly game-breaking combos with the likes of Ryan's Earth Shatter. And as if all that wasn't enough, she had the DPS potential to 1v1 almost any 200 HP hero. She's fallen a long way in the sequel, but once upon a time, Brigitte was the true queen of the Overwatch meta, and she will not be missed. And finally, we're going right back to the very beginning with the launch state OG Cassidy. He might be a perfectly mid cowboy nowadays, but on day one of Overwatch, Cassidy was as meta as they come. He was the DPS of choice for any pro damage specialist on release, double Cassidy if he could manage it, because he was way overtuned compared to the rest of his colleagues on the damage roster. Fan the Hammer doled out 70 damage and had the ability to headshot, and had little to no spread, which meant he could insta-kill tanks with basically no effort. And despite not being a sniper, his primary fire was actually better than Widowmaker's at the time. He was also one of the easiest heroes to use, which meant anyone could be a game breaker if they wanted to be. It didn't last long. Several balance tweaks followed to turn the Broken Outlaw into the average damage hero he is today, but once upon a time, this cowboy ruled all of Overwatch. So there you go, just a few times the Overwatch heroes were truly broken, OP, busted. Drop your favourite overpowered hero down in the comments, and make sure you subscribe for all the Overwatch content we've got coming up. Thanks for watching.